Good morning students, this is K. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of EEE, Chebrolu Engineering College, Lecturer 22, Unit 2, Conductors, Dielectrics and Capacitance. Topic: Capacitance of a parallel plate and coaxial cable. In this video lecture, I would like to discuss about what is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor and coaxial capacitor. First of all, we know about what is meant by capacitance. Capacitance is the ratio between magnitude of charge and the potential difference between the conductors. It is expressed as C is equal to Q by V. The units of capacitor is farad. Now in this video lecture we discuss about the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. So it consists of two parallel metallic plates separated by distance d, and the space between the plates is filled with dielectric material having permittivity epsilon. The lower plate, that is named as 1, carries positive charge and it is distributed over it with a charge of density rho s. The upper plate, that is 2, carries the negative charge and is distributed over its surface with a surface charge density of minus rho s. So this is the figure represents the parallel plate. So here this is plate 1 and this is plate 2. In between these two plates there is a dielectric medium with a permittivity of epsilon. Now the surface charge density on plate 1 is rho s and surface charge density on plate 2 is minus rho s. Here these plates are arranged in xy plane, that is z is equal to 0 plane. That means the plate 1 is placed at z is equal to 0 means it is a normal to z direction, and the upper plate is placed at z is equal to d, that is it is parallel to xy plane. Now the area of cross section of these plates is, let it is named as A. According to charge distribution formula for Q, in case of surface charges, Q is equal to rho s ds coulombs. In place of ds we have to write here A. Why? Because the area of the plates is taken as a capital A. So the expression for charge in case of surface charge distribution is Q is equal to rho s A coulombs. Now this is the magnitude of a charge on any one place as a charge carried by both in equal magnitude. Now the next we have to find the potential difference between these two plates. For the calculation of a potential difference, let us obtain electric field intensity between these two plates. Here, let us assume these plates as a sheet, infinite sheet. As we already discussed in first unit electrostatics, applications of Coulomb's law or applications of Gauss law, electric field intensity for an infinite sheet of a charge is expressed as E is equal to rho s 2 epsilon a n bar. Here, this application of Gauss law is applying to, for this case of plate 1 is considered as a infinite sheet of a charge. Now the same formula is applicable for this plate 1. Then E1 is equal to, so E1 is equal to rho s by 2 epsilon az bar. Why? Because here the plate 1 is along z is equal to 0 plane. That means the electric field intensity E1 for the plate 1 is along the direction az bar. So E1 bar, that is electric field intensity for the plate 1, is equal to rho s by 2 epsilon az bar volt per meter. Here E1 is a normal at the boundary between conductor and dielectric without any tangential component. That means, as we already discussed in boundary conditions, the electric field intensity, that means the boundary condition for electric field intensity in the case of conductor and dielectric, there is no tangential component. That means it has only normal component. Hence, the electric field intensity for an infinite sheet formula is now applicable for plate 2. Then E2 is written as minus rho s 2 epsilon a n bar. Here the minus rho s means the charge accumulate on plate 2 is negative charge. So that is the surface charge density is minus rho s. Here the an bar vector is taken as a minus az bar. Why? Because for the plate 2, the direction of electric field intensity, that is E2 bar, is downwards. That means it is opposite to positive z direction. That is, it is along negative z direction. So that's why the direction of electric field intensity for the plate is written as minus az bar. So that's why the expression for electric field intensity for the plate 2 is written as E2 is equal to minus into minus plus, that is rho s 2 epsilon az volt per meter. Now we have to find the total electric field intensity between the plates, that is E is equal to E1 bar plus E2 bar. So the values of E1 bar and E2 bar substitute here, that is rho s by 2 epsilon Az bar plus rho s by 2 epsilon Az bar. So this value is equal to rho s by epsilon Az bar. So equation 4 gives the expression for electric field intensity, but we have to find the potential difference between these two plates. So when we know the value of E, we can relation between potential difference and E, that is electric field intensity. So this is relation between V and E. V is equal to minus integral E bar dot dl, that is upper to lower. Now substitute the value of E in this expression. So E bar dot dl, so E bar value is rho s by epsilon Az bar dot dl bar. Now here dl is taken from, that is the expression for the dl is taken from Cartesian coordinate system. Now according to Cartesian coordinate system, the differential length expression is dl bar is equal to dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar. Now substitute this value in this equation. V is equal to, the upper limit is z is equal to d and the lower limit is z is equal to 0, rho s epsilon Az bar. Now substitute here dl value, that is dx ax bar plus dy ay bar plus dz az bar. Now here by dot product of Az with these terms, here the dot product between Az ay Az ax values are equal to 0 according to vector properties. That means Az dot product with Az value is only here. That means Az dot Az value is equal to 1. So finally rho s by epsilon into dz. Why? Because here the dot product between same unit vectors value is equal to 1 and different unit vectors dot product is equal to 0. So here this is the integration with respect to z. That means z is only variable and the remaining all are taken as a constant. Just write before the integration. Now rho s minus rho s by epsilon and the integral dz is equal to z. Now apply the limits d to 0. So that is equal to minus d. Here the minus into minus is equal to plus. So the potential is equal to rho s d by epsilon volts. The final we have to find the capacitance. As the definition of capacitance, it is the ratio of charge and voltage. We know the charge for this surface charge distribution, that is rho sa. Already in the previous equation we find the value of voltage, that is equal to rho s d by epsilon. by simple cancellation here rho s and epsilon move to numerator. So finally the capacitance is equal to epsilon A by D farad. If epsilon is a permittive, its value is taken as epsilon naught and epsilon r. Then capacitance for a parallel plate is written as C is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r A by D farads. From the expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, here the conclusion is the capacitance depends upon the permittivity of the dielectric used, that is epsilon value, and area of cross section of the plates, and the separation between the plates, that is small d. But it does not depend on the charge or the potential difference between the plates. So this is the expression for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Now the next is capacitance of coaxial cable. So what is a coaxial cable or coaxial capacitor? This is the figure indicates the coaxial cable. That means it has two concentric circles. Here the inner circle have radius A and outer circle have radius B. It is look like a cable. The coaxial cable means it has a line with a cylindrical shape. That means two concentric conductors are separated by a dielectric permittivity epsilon. Here these are the two dielectrics, two capacitors separated by a dielectric medium. This is the dielectric medium having permittivity epsilon. Now the electric field intensity and the charge expressions are, the charge expression is taken as line charge. Here the inner conductor carries a line charge density rho L coulomb per meter and the outer surface carries a charge density minus rho L coulomb per meter. So the charge expression for this case is equal to rho L. Actually the formula for a charge is rho L dl. For dq it is rho L dl. For a q it is equal to rho L. L is the length of the cable and rho L is the line charge density. So this is the expression for the charge for coaxial cable. Now the expression for the electric field intensity for this case is obtained by assuming cylindrical coordinate system. So by taking infinite line charge case here also applicable. So the electric field intensity for this line charge is rho L by 2 pi epsilon r AR bar. Here the r means the radius, that is a radial vector. It will be radially, and the direction of E will be radially from inner and outer conductor. So we know for a cylindrical coordinate system the variables are r, theta, phi. So the direction of electric field is along radially from inner to outer conductor. So it is clearly from this picture. This is the direction of E bar. It is radially outward from inner conductor. That's why here we have to take E bar unit vector as a AR bar. Now we have to find the potential difference between these two conductors. That is a unit charge moving from R is equal to B to R is equal to A. So that is the potential difference. So the expression for potential difference is V is equal to integral E bar dot dl. Here we have to find the potential difference from R is equal to B to A, and the expression for E for a line charge E is taken as rho L by 2 pi epsilon R AR bar. The expression for dl in case of cylindrical coordinate system is dr AR bar. Here we have to take only radial component. We cannot take theta and phi variables. Why? Because the electric field intensity is variable only along radial component. So that's why here we have to take the dl value only up to dr AR bar. Now the dot product between AR dot AR value is equal to 1. Then here the variable is R. Rho L by 2 pi epsilon is constant. Just they write before the integration. Now we have to apply the integral for 1 by R, that is in the form of 1 by x. The integral of 1 by x value is equal to log x. That means log R with the limits of b to a. That means log a minus log b, that is log of a by b. So finally we get the expression for the potential, that is V is equal to rho L 2 pi epsilon log of b by a volts. But finally we have to calculate the capacitance for a coaxial cable. As the definition of capacitance, C is equal to Q by V. Now the charge Q for this case is equal to rho L L, and the voltage the potential difference is equal to, substitute here, that is rho L by 2 pi epsilon log of b by a. So here the rho L and the rho L values are cancelled. Now the 2 pi epsilon values taken to numerator. So the capacitance for the coaxial cable is equal to 2 pi epsilon L log of b by a farad. So the cases whatever we discuss here, that is capacitance of parallel plate and the capacitance of coaxial cable, the same procedure we have to do. That means first write the formula for a charge, whether it is a line or surface, and choose the right electric field intensity expression, that is it is a spherical charge or it is a sheet of charge or it is a line charge. Now by knowing the value of E, then by the relation between V and E, that is V is equal to integral E bar dot dl, we can easily find the value of potential difference V. Here the important note is, first choose the which type of spherical coordinate system, or I mean any type of coordinate system here we use, which type of coordinate system we have to use, that is a spherical or cylindrical or Cartesian coordinate system. So by applying the coordinate system, depending upon the coordinate system for the expression for a dl value, and substitute in the v is equal to integral E bar dot dl, then we get the value of potential difference. So by knowing the values of Q and V, then substitute in the capacitance formula, that is C is equal to Q by V. Finally we got the value of capacitance, so that is a parallel plate and a coaxial cable. In the next class we discuss about the capacitance of the spherical capacitor. Thank you.